people don't understand. Like you gotta fail. Wait, you gotta fail though. Yeah. You gotta fail forward. Like that's the only way it's gonna happen.
And you know, I told the girl today, I was like, I actually like failing. I like failing. I love failing because it teaches me what I need to know when I fail.
Right.
And it's just going to make me go harder. That's it. It's going to make me go harder into whatever I want to do.
Okay.
So I love failing. Like, at first, it used to make me sad, but now it motivates me to get up and be like, oh, I can do this. Let me do it again.
Right.
Like, that's just like if you, like, let's say you're trying to play double dutch and you can't get inside the ropes. Like you gonna keep trying until you get in there. Like that's me. I'm gonna keep trying to do whatever I want to do or do whatever like my mind tell me to do until I get to where I need to be.
Not just all about when we back with another event setup. You have an event, a wedding, a birthday party, a baby shower, anything like that. You need anything installed, you know who to get at. Today we're gonna install a full wrap.
Hey, Prince, you going stupid.
We got Steph in the building.
Hey yo, I'm here.
What's up, Steph? How you been?
I've been good, and you?
Okay, I've been great actually. For those who don't know, can you go ahead and just talk about your background, talk about your story, what it is you do, and just say everything that you built so far?
Okay, so if you guys don't know, do I look at the camera?
If you want.
Okay. Okay, so if you guys don't know, my name is Stephanie. I am the CEO and owner of Hair is Life, a beauty salon. And a little bit about me, I am the youngest out of 5. I'm originally from New Jersey. I'm not even from here.
What?
Yeah, I'm not from here, but I came here forcefully when I was about 9. And then I just grew my life here. Like, I love it. I've been doing hair consistently without playing like about 10 years. But I've been doing hair since I was like, could remember, probably like when I was in kindergarten.
Okay. I
used to do my dad's hair. My dad has long, nice hair, so I used to cornrow his hair. Like probably by the time I was like 7 or 8, like literally cornrow it. And I actually, like growing up, I can say I always wanted to do hair, but I really wanted to be a newscaster.
What?
Yeah, I really wanted to be a newscaster when I was younger. And then I remember I got this tattoo. And me and my best friend actually have the same tattoo. So we actually went to go get this tattoo. We were young. We were like, what, 14, 15 when we were young. And then I remember I came home and I told my mama. No, I didn't even tell my mama I got my tattoo. But when she seen it, she was like, oh, your dreams of being a newscaster is over. I'm like, I don't even want to be a newscaster no more. So no matter what I did, I always like came back to doing hair. And I used to always do my friends' hair. I used to always do like, you know, my family hair. And everybody used to say, oh, you want to be a hairstylist? I'm like, nah, I'm just playing or whatever. And truth be told, like, here I am, a hairstylist. Like,
dang, so hair is life. What does that mean for you? Hair is life.
Like, hair is literally like my life. Like, it's my passion. Like, I'm not just doing it for the money. This is really something I love to do. Like when I'm not working, if I'm bored, it's just like, I'm like, dang, I could be doing hair. And it's crazy because how that name came about, it literally like fell in my lap. So that's how I know like my brand is literally a gift from God. Like it was birthed out. And
unpack that for me. How did it fall into your lap? Let me hear that.
Honestly, like I was just sitting at home one day and I'm like I teach like a lot of business classes or whatever. Like I try to tell my students, because I do classes too. So I try to tell my students, like, you know, let your name be diverse when you're thinking of a logo, when you're thinking of a brand. And I used to always be Hair by Steph. But I knew in me, like, I don't want that at the top of a building, like
Hair by Steph?
Yeah, that's my Instagram name.
Right.
So I'm like, I want it to be universal, something everybody can chant. Like I want everybody to be able to, like, you know, say the name even of the hairstylist. So I'm like, I can't really go with Hair by Steph. So when I had left my suite, because I actually had a suite before I got a storefront, and when I left my suite, I actually got kicked out of my suite, but we'll get into that.
Okay.
But when I had got my storefront, I'm like, dang, what could the name of my salon be? And I was literally, I remember I lived in Pompano. Okay. Not the bad side of Pompano, like the good side of Pompano. I lived in Pompano, and I was just sitting down, like, writing stuff out. And I'm like, trying to put stuff together. And I'm like, but I always wanted to be hair. And then that's when I remember saying, hair is life. But when I started saying it, I'm like, that don't really sound right. Like, you ever, like, I'm sure, like, with Major Purpose, like, when you first started Major Purpose, did it sound right when you were saying it?
Not really.
Right. So that's how I was when I was like, hair is like, I was like, it really don't, like, now it just flourishes. Like, it sounds great.
It, like,
but when I first came about it, I never heard nobody saying hair is life, never seen hashtags, never even knew somebody had an Instagram, never knew people was talking about hair is life. And then that's when I just started doing hair is life sweaters. But at the bottom of my sweaters, like, for my shirt, like, I did shirt sweaters. At the bottom of my shirt sweaters, like, it used to be like at hair by Steph right here.
Okay.
And then that's when somebody told me, they was like, you really shouldn't put at hair by Steph, because what if other stylists and stuff want to wear it? I'm like, that's true. So I kept saying hair is life. So that's when I actually went on Sunbiz to see if the name was taken, and I thought it was available. And from that then on, it's been 6 years. We've been hair is life.
Right.
So
how do you get into that? Dang, that's kind of tough though, because a lot of people, I ain't gonna lie, I got a graphic design business. It's called Designed by Laurent. So it's like a lot of people like to attach their name to their brand.
Right.
Like, what made you so kind of like selfless to where you don't necessarily want to be the face of it, even though you
I want it to be universal. Like, I want like Caucasian people to be able to say it. Like, I like to look at it in the future. Like, I know hair is life. I know that is big. Like, hair is life. It's a multi-million-dollar, billion-dollar company.
Right.
So I have to think of something like that when I go to the white people, they can look at it and be like, before they even meet me, they could just listen to the name without even like trying to put a face behind it. So just in case I want investors, just in case I want people to stand behind it, they're not judging me by my name, or they're not judging me by my face.
Wow.
So
that's
I
dope.
just want it to be universal. That's all. I want everybody to be able to, like, say hair.
Gravitate towards it. So hair by Steph. So who's Steph?
I'm Steph. Short for Stephanie.
Okay.
Stephanie is my real name, so I'm Steph. And this is actually, hair by Steph is actually like my 4th Instagram, because every time, like, when I started doing hair, whenever I got mad at the my significant other I was with at the time, every time I got mad at him, I'll just erase the Instagram. Like, I don't want to do hair no more. Then when I come back, I want to do hair. So
it's 4 different niggas, and then each one had a different name. Your Instagram?
No. The Instagrams, it all had, like, all the Instagrams had different names.
Okay.
So the hair by Steph _, that's just what's stuck. And then even when I tried to change, like, my Instagram name, when I came out with my storefront, I did change it, but it was just like, I'm like, it's okay to have my Instagram name one way, but my business is a whole different name. So that's why I just left it as hair by Steph.
Okay, and it's staying like that.
Yeah, it's staying like that. Yeah, it's staying like that. I have another page, Hair is Life. I have the Hair is Life page. I'm really not on that often. And then I have the Hair is Life Academy page. The Hair is Life Academy page is like kind of like my class page, because I do like a lot of classes.
Right.
So I teach the young individuals, like, not even young, like, do what I'm doing, pretty much training them. So
okay, that's dope. So Steph, who's Steph growing up? You said you was in New Jersey, and you came out to Broward.
Okay, Steph growing up, honestly, like, you looking at like a poor little kid, like, that was
poor
homeless.
Little kid.
Yes, like, I was homeless, like, growing up, like.
That's out here in Broward, or when
yes, that's actually when we moved to Florida. Talk to me. So when we moved to Florida, my dad, so I have a small family. Like, I don't come from a big family or whatever. I have a small family, so it's literally, I would say my family consists of my mom and my 5 siblings. So I'm the youngest out of 5, like I said. So my dad was already down here, because my dad was like a big drug head or whatever. So he was supposed to come down here to do rehab, to get better and stuff. So when he supposedly got better, we was coming to follow him when we were younger. So my mama packed us up in a Greyhound. Mama packed us up in a Greyhound. So 5 kids and my mama in a Greyhound, and we came here
from New Jersey.
From New Jersey, yes. Traveled 2 days. I can remember it like it was yesterday. Yes. And then when we came, my dad's supposed to have a big house for us, nice pool. We came to a hotel.
To Florida,
We came to a hotel, and 3 days later we were on a beach.
Right.
So it was just like growing up, it was just like always hard, like always hard for us. Like, I remember one time, like, we only had like a bag of chips to feed five kids, literally. But my mama always did what she had to do. That's why I will always like applaud my mama. And like, she's kind of my superhero, because I feel like I'm so strong, and I'm like, so like, I have so much hustle in me because of her. So like growing, I don't know, You know, I didn't even graduate high school.
Really?
Yeah, I'm actually a high school dropout.
So talk about it. Where did the hustle come in through that hardship?
I didn't want to be how my mama was. Like, I always tell myself, when I have kids, I want to be able to give my kids the world. Like, I always knew, I don't know, that's why I say, like, I feel like I'm the chosen one because
talk about it.
I always feel like I don't want to raise a kid like while I'm struggling. I always feel like I want to be able to give my kid the world, like everything I didn't have. So it's just a hustle in me. Like I knew I never wanted to work for a white man. Like I already knew that off rip. Like I just always wanted more out of my life.
Did you ever have a job?
Oh yeah, I had probably in my life I probably had like 5 jobs, and like 3 of them I quit like after like 2 weeks, and the 2 that I had, my first job was Pizza Hut, and I was with Pizza Hut probably for like 3 or 4 years, and I grew. I was the assistant general manager. Okay. And then the other little jobs, like call center jobs I had in between, I used to like work 2 jobs or whatever because I always wanted money. Like I always knew I wanted this nice lifestyle. Like I like nice things, so I need money to
for sure.
have nice things or whatever. So then I started working at Tropical Smoothie, and Tropical Smoothie I grew in the company too. I ended up being a store manager at Tropical Smoothie, and Tropical Smoothie was actually my last job before I quit and said like I'm not working for nobody else. But at the time I was actually using Tropical Smoothie money to build the suite that I was in at the time.
Talk about it.
But so you talking about talk about it?
So how much like what was you was doing hair while you was working on the side?
Yes, I was doing hair.
And you was getting paid for it?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Okay. And then what was the like? Was it a number you had to hit to save up or something?
Yeah, it's crazy because even when I had the suite, that's how I know, like, that's why I always bring God in everything, because I know, like, everything I do, God played a big part. Because even when I had my suite, so when I started doing hair, I ended up getting a little, it's an office suite, but you know, a lot of days, I mean, a lot of times, like, girls do hair in suites. They call it their salon. I don't knock it, but I always try to tell people that doing hair in a suite is a fire hazard. That's how I end up getting kicked out of my suite.
It's a fire hazard?
It's a fire hazard doing hair in certain suites. If it's not equipped to be like to do hair in it, it's a fire hazard. So,
why is that? Like flat irons and shit?
No, it's not even it's like the chemicals, they can trigger the smoke detectors, like anything can happen. Okay. It's just not equipped.
How'd you get your first suite?
I got my first suite when I was just looking for suites and stuff, and I had ended up coming across one and I seen it, and I told them, I'm like, okay, I want to do hair or whatever, so they rented it out to me.
Is this before did you quit the job yet?
I didn't quit the job yet.
Okay, you working the job. God. Okay, I'm listening.
So that's when I was doing hair in there for like 3 months, and that's when the city had came. And the city was like, you know, they just doing a random check or whatever. Okay. And they're like, you're doing hair? And I'm like, yeah, I'm doing hair. And they're like, you're not allowed to do hair in here. I'm like, why not? It was like, the people told them I'm only selling hair products, like I'm not doing hair. I'm like, that's not true. They was like, you need to call. I remember her name was Teresa, and she was a bitch. Like she was, I might want to edit it, but she was the person for the city of Tamarack. Okay. She was a bitch. Like she was really, really mean. And I remember when I had went to them and I told them, they ended up moving my suite. So trying to hide me from the city or whatever, but guess what? The city ended up finding me. Okay. So when the city came, the city was like, either you get all your stuff out now, or we're putting a lock on the door like before you leave, and you can't get none of your stuff out because I wasn't supposed to do hair in there or whatever. Damn. But I feel like people kept calling the city on me too. Like it was a barbershop that was downstairs from me. My clients kept going in his barbershop to look for me, and I used to tell him I'm not in there. So I feel like that was a problem because I think he had a contract and nobody else in the plaza could do hair or whatever. Okay. So when the city found out I was doing hair, then they made it a big deal. So I had to end up closing it up, take it off. Mind you, it wasn't even like 6 months, and I put like so much money, but I was still working. Okay. And everything in me wanted me to quit, but I was like, I'm scared to let go of this job.
Why you was scared? What was that fear? What was it? Where's it coming from?
I just feel like I was scared.
But how much was you making at making hair? And how much you was making at the job?
At the job?
Like approximately?
Probably every 2 weeks I was probably making like $900 and something.
So that's what? Okay, let's say you're making 2 racks a month.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you making 2 racks? How much you making with hair a month? What you think?
With a month, probably at the time like $1,500.
That's pretty close, shit.
No.
So you wasn't thinking like, if I go hard with the hair, I could.
Yeah, I was thinking that, but I was still. It was just a fear inside of me, being scared of failing.
Okay, so when was the moment when you was like, okay, I could quit this job?
So when I realized like they're so ungrateful, like okay, so because I was a store manager, so when I had ended up closing the shop down, and then that's when I had when I went home, I was crying. I wasn't gonna do hair anymore because I felt like I failed. I was so sad. I was embarrassed. I'm like, man, I put all this money, hard work into it, like. And it closed down. At the time, Hair is Life wasn't birthed yet. It was just still Hair by Steph. Like, that was the name of the suite, Hair by Steph.
Okay.
So, when I went home, I was like, oh, I don't want to do hair no more. But all my clients is, like, hitting me up. And the crazy thing is, I never had a problem getting clients. Like, you know how a lot of up-and-coming stylists, like, always have a problem getting clients?
I don't know. Talk to me. So, is that a big thing? Like, you getting clients in the check? Like,
yeah.
Hold up. I gotta take a second to interrupt this episode. It's your boy, Woe Status Walt. I'm here to tell you about the Woe Status Social Event Planner app. If you're looking for access to the hottest venues, if you're trying to host a party yourself, or you're trying to set up some arrangements for a special somebody, you can do it easily from the palm of your hand through the Woe Status app. Don't forget to download the Woe Status app or check us out at www.woestatus.com. You can even call us to make them special arrangements at 833-2GO-WOE. That's 833-246-9462. Now let's get back to the episode.
I feel like, you know, when you up and coming, I feel like sometimes it's hard to, like, you know, build your clientele, but that was never really my problem.
Why you think that? Because
I had a lot of friends who hair I was doing, and then I had a lot of supporters.
Oh, okay.
So, like, even when people say, they don't really have supporters, people don't really support them, right. I never had that problem, so I can't relate. Okay. Like, even when people be like, oh, who is your number one supporter? I can't really say because I have so many.
That's dope. So then walk me through the picture. You say you got kicked out and you... I got kicked out. I ended up going back home, took all my stuff back home, and I wasn't going to do hair. It probably took me like about 2 weeks to actually get back up. So I ended up renting out a chair from this man who cut hair. So he had a barbershop. So I ended up renting out a chair from him, and I was working there for like 4 months, but I still had my job. But in the midst of it, I ended up seeing the storefront. I'm like, oh, I want to call them and see how much it is just to see. Right.
So that's when I ended up calling them, and they ended up telling me at the time, like, it was so reasonable. I'm like, I was talking to the guy I was with at the time. I was like, dang, I think I could do it. And he always supported me, like, no matter what, he always supported me. So
that's an ex or something?
Yeah, that's my yeah, that's the
okay, that's your situation?
Yeah, okay. So that's when he always supported me no matter what. So that's when he was like, okay, if you feel like you could do it, let's do it or whatever. Right. So that's when I ended up calling them. So I was like, all right, fine, like, I want to put an offer on it. So I ended up getting the storefront, and so I ended up, like, that gave me something to work harder towards when I was at work. So I was putting in hours, still doing hair at the barbershop, putting in hours, still doing hair, so that way I could get this store up and running in a timely manner. Okay. So I ended up getting it up and running, and so I ended up I ended up telling them the job. I was like, okay, I'm gonna give y'all a 3 month notice. Like, that's more than enough time.
Right. So you put it in?
Yes, I did put it in, and it was just like, you know, jumping out on faith and stuff, like, you know, trusting God. And it's so crazy. That's why I say it's so crazy, because I don't understand how I didn't want to leave when I only had a rent that was like $300 at the suite, but here I am, have to pay over $1,000 for rent at a storefront, and I'm just ready to leave. What's the difference? Like, yeah, exactly. What's the? I guess it was all about timing. Okay. It's just like something in you, I guess. So then, when did you officially say I'm out of? So I was supposed to leave them in July. Because I opened my store in May. I was supposed to leave them in July, and I ended up leaving them in April. Like, I ended up leaving them like probably like 2-3 weeks after I put my request in that I was leaving, only because they started treating me like, oh, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. Is that after you put in the notice? That was after I put in the notice or whatever. But even when I did put in the notice, they like, oh, well, we'll pay you this amount of money to stay. I'm like, no, I'm not staying at the end of the day, because you telling me, oh, you gonna pay me like $20 an hour, but really in my mind, I could really make minimum $100 an hour. So, so I'm like, no, I'm going. But after that, it was just like, they just kept like saying, oh, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. And at the end of the day, like, I had an obligation. I believe in integrity. So what's the obligation? Like, I have to run this store because that was my title. I just can't abandon it, even though I'm working on my own brand. So that's when one of the owners, he had ended up calling me, because I think I forgot to do something. And he ended up calling me. I didn't answer because I'm off. Like, don't call me. So that's when he ended up leaving a nasty voicemail saying, oh, you forgot to do this, you forgot to do that. Yeah, I understand you're working on your own thing, but at the end of the day, we hired you for this. So that's when I called him back. I was like, yeah, like, I'm going to just find somebody to cover the rest of my shifts, and I'm done. So from that was like 6 years ago, and I just been self-employed since, and it's been great. So did you grab the storefront before you left? I grabbed the storefront, yes. Okay. I left. And that's where you are right now? No, I was actually there for 4 years, but we ended up expanding last year, March, and we got a bigger size. So we got double the space.
Okay.
And we're in Margate now. Like before, we were in Fort Lauderdale. So
okay.
Now
Okay.
which where you came? Where you came at?
Yeah, when I pull up on you. Yeah.
We've been there officially a year now.
Okay.
But we came from Fort Lauderdale. We was at that location over there for 4 years.
Dang. So that whole journey of working and stuff, like how long would you say that whole journey was before you got your first storefront of doing hair? Like how many, if you could put it into years?
It's probably about 4 years of doing hair, like from my house to the suite to working in a barbershop. I would say consistently about 4 years.
Dang, okay. Yeah. And like working towards it, you seen yourself having a storefront, you seen yourself.
Yeah, I did see myself. I see myself like being bigger than where I was. Like I always knew like I wanted something big. I always knew like I wanted to have a salon. I wanted to do like something big. I just knew I didn't want to. I don't know. I didn't want to minimize what I had going on.
That's dope. And then when was the brand?
Harris Life was birthed. Harris Life was birthed 2016. Harris Life was birthed 2017. 16 or 17. It was birthed one of those years. I still have it on my Snapchat. So.
Okay. And then how did that start growing?
Just by branding, pretty much promoting everything I do, putting Hair is Life on it versus Hair by Steph. And then having like a lot of my friends, a lot of my family wear our merchandise, like the t-shirts, the sweaters, and just like chanting Hair is Life pretty much. And then everybody just kept chanting Hair is Life, Hair is Life, Hair is Life.
Okay,
so
that's dope.
Pretty much the branding behind it.
That's dope. Another dope thing I see that you do, like you said, you actually have Hair is Life Academy where you said you teach it.
Yes.
What then you made you decide that you want to spread it and start spreading the knowledge of doing hair and stuff like that?
Because everybody always asks me, do I do one-on-ones? Everybody always asks me, can I teach them how to do hair and stuff? And I'm like, yeah, but me, I never really like doing one-on-ones because with the lace game, I feel like it's too much knowledge to be taught for like only a couple of hours. So that's why I created the academy, which is like a 5-day course.
It's a 5-day course?
It's a 5-day course, yeah. So they're hands-on all 5 days. So by the end of the 5th day, like there's no reason why you don't know what you're doing. So and then they work on their own clients by themselves. Like I don't touch their clients. Like the only way I touch their client is if they're messing up on something and I show them how it is. But before I leave their client, like I'm messing it up so that way they can do it again.
Dang.
So
when did that come to you, like idea come to your head?
It came to my head last year, March.
Can y'all turn that fan this way, please? Somebody.
Yeah, it is kind of high. I ain't want to say that.
Just turn it this way. Like, yeah. But like you were saying, when did you decide you want to start teaching hair? Like, what?
Okay, so I was teaching, like, I was doing, don't get me wrong, I was doing classes, like, for years and stuff since I had my first salon, but I created the academy last year, March. So, because I wanted more than just a 1 day, because it's crazy, because people that did take one-on-ones with me, they took like 2, 3, 4 one-on-ones, because they feel as though like when they left, they didn't learn nothing. And I'm like, y'all spending all this money with me. I gotta come up with something to make y'all get it. Right. And it's crazy because I'm not gonna say every girl that joined the academy got it, but a lot of the girls, they did get it, because a lot of girls, they don't work for people no more. They open up their own place, and they're still growing along the way. So they're much further, and you can tell the progress in their work. So I think it's going really good.
That's dope. How do you deal with that that fault of, like, let's say if someone comes into the academy, they buy your course or whatever the case is, and they don't get that result that they were expecting? Does that fall on you? Or
no, that doesn't fall on me, because the first day of class, I give them like a little speech. I tell them you have to be consistent. So if you're not consistent, I'm giving you the game. What you do with that is up to you. Like you're here with me for 5 days, and I'm hard on these girls. And it's crazy because even in the beginning, before we start anything, I apologize, because it's like
you apologize.
Yeah, I apologize for how I talk, because it's like they'll ask me questions like, "Oh, did I do it?" And I'll say something like, "Do it look good to you?" Like, and they be like, "No." So don't ask me, "Did you get it?" Because it don't look good. So it's like with my students, I'm really hard, but I apologize because it's only because I want them to learn from it. So
tough love.
Right, it's tough love. But yeah, if they don't get it, that's not on me, because they're not being consistent. And I tell anybody, even girls that sit in my chair, when they ask me like, how can they do this? Because I have a lot of girls that ask me for advice with business. Right. And I tell them, and they be like, oh, they scared of this. And I always tell people, like, if you don't make it far, it's because you didn't put in the work. Dang. So at the end of the day, like, that's on them. Like, that's not me. That's just like Hair is Life. If I don't go far, it's because I didn't put in enough work.
It's on you no matter what.
It's on me. At the end of the day, it's my brand. I didn't know this is nobody's responsibility but mine. Right. So that's how I look at it.
So you say a lot of girls come up to you and ask you business tips?
Yeah, like not up, like when they're sitting in my chair.
I feel you.
Yeah.
What's what's the most common question you get about being like a businesswoman yourself? Like, what's the most common question you get?
The most common question I get is about support. That's about the most support. Yeah, about support. Like, what do I do if people don't support me? But like I tell them, nobody is obligated to support you. Nobody is obligated because at the end of the day, like I have a cousin that does nails, and I have and at the time like a girl that was in my salon doing nails, but I was going to the girl in my salon that do nails. It wasn't because I don't support my cousin, it's because I was used to that girl that was doing my nails. Right. So at the end of the day, like she didn't feel no type of way. She wasn't upset. She wasn't nothing, because at the end of the day, like I don't have to go to you for support. Like a lot of people feel as though, you gotta sit in their chair. A lot of people feel as though, friend. Yeah, but at the end of the day, I have a best friend. Besides her, I have another best friend. She doesn't come to me for her hair. I don't feel no type of way because she was going to somebody way before I started doing laces. That's who she's comfortable with. Right. So who am I to be like, oh no, you gotta come to me? Right. No.
And then on top of that, it's like, I see what you said. I heard that before, and it's like you're not gonna get rich off of just your friends. Like
at the end of the day,
there's 7 million people in the world. Your 4-5 friends, they not gonna make you
I don't even like doing my friends' hair. They know it. Like I make them come braided down. I make them wash their hair. I make them probably put on their cap. Like I make them do everything, and they know they always the last ones around the holidays. Like. That's how I don't like doing my friends and family hair because I take too long with them. We always laugh and we always kiki. Right. So I rather just do my clients' hair so they can come in and go.
Right. Talking about clients, so you have clients who come back and they repetitive clients.
I have clients who still come to me from when I was fucking up their hair.
Dang.
Like in middle school. That's the crazy thing.
How do you build that trust and like, let's say if you, because it's different between the customer and the client. How do you build that bridge of trust between making that customer your consistent client?
Customer service.
Yes,
it's how you speak to somebody. It's how you interact with them. It's your skills. At the end of the day, they probably see the growth in me. Like they probably see something worth coming. And because I had somebody tell me before, she was like, when you did my hair the first time, I loved it, but my part was so cricket. And I was like, for real, why you ain't tell me? She was like, but she kept coming back to me. Like, it was like 5 years. She kept coming back to me, And that's when I was like, why you ain't tell me? She was like, no, but I continue coming back because your customer service, like, you were such a sweetheart. Like, wow. I'm very nice. I'm very nice.
That's dope. What's the hardest thing about starting your business?
The hardest thing was the finances.
Finances?
Yeah, it was finances because it's like I wanted to do so much, but I ain't really had no money.
So then what advice would you give to someone who feels the same way? How you felt?
Set goals. Yeah, because after a while I told myself I need to do so-and-so amount of clients so I can make like, at the time I thought $500 a week was a lot. So I was like, I gotta make so-and-so amount of money. I gotta take so-and-so amount of clients so I can make $500 a week. Okay. And then once I started hitting that $500 a week, I was like, oh, I can make like $600 a week. And then once I started doing that, I just started growing from that. Like making posts, y'all got a little busy doing sales. Like this one I was doing like specials like every week trying to get people in. Okay. Every week. So I would say set goals.
Set goals. How do you set your goals? Like do you write them down? Do you just say it in your head?
Now I don't really set goals anymore.
But it was working.
No, I know in the beginning to get to where I'm at, but I do need to go back to that. But now I don't really set goals anymore.
Okay. She just so far gone.
Yeah, one of my major goals is like I want to be a traveling stylist. Yeah, so I'm actually trying to build myself in New Jersey. So I'm trying to go back to where I'm from to build my clientele. Okay. Yeah, so it's crazy because I was actually going to move there in March. This month, March 1st, I was leaving.
Really?
Yeah.
You still going to leave?
In the future.
Okay, I'm happy we got you.
In the future, yeah. I don't know. I just wanted to change. Like, I was ready to put all my stuff in the U-Haul. My best friend was going to drive with me up there. I was just ready to leave. I was ready for change.
She looking sad. Like,
she was going to be there every other week, so it didn't matter. Yeah. But now it's just like, I don't know. I feel like I'm at a place where I'm happy. But I just feel like I was only doing it because I was running from my situation, like with my ex. So,
okay.
Yeah, so that's why I feel like
talking about your ex, like being that you're a woman and stuff. How big? And you said like, how big of a role does the relationships, whether it's like female friends or you in a relationship with a dude, like how big of an effect does that have on your business?
At the time, no, it had a big effect on it because my biggest thing is, don't embarrass me.
What you say?
I'm married. No, I'm married.
She should have what?
I'm married, but I'm separated.
Oh, right now?
Yes.
Okay.
So I've been married for 8 years. I've been with him for 12.
Oh, you're okay.
We're just separated. Okay. Yeah. So that's why I say, yeah, that's my ex, but it's just like, so do I still call him my husband?
He gonna be watching this like.
But he knows, like he always supports me, so he doesn't need.
But how big of an effect? Like I said, is it like if you going, like let's say if you going through it in your relationship, does that make you go harder in your business, or does that fuck up the business?
No. That makes me go harder in my business because I don't want to be around him.
But then hear me out then. So then don't that kind of mess it up to where, let's say if you're in a relationship, it's like, not that you want to be on bad terms, but it's kind of a good out of the bad. You feel me? It's like,
not really, because your head is still in another place. Like, yeah, you at work, like, you know, getting it in and stuff, but it's like, dang, I always believe in as make sure your house is good first. That's what I always believe in. So I'm like, and then my house wasn't good. So it's just like, yeah, I'm at work getting the money, but it really doesn't mean nothing to me because me and my husband, like, not seeing eye to eye.
Right.
So it's just like all the money in the world is just like, okay, yeah.
Dang, so then how do you get to the space to where you have, like you said, you're happy now?
We're really, really good friends.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
you're talking about with the relationship?
Yeah, with the relationship. Like, we're really, really good friends. So now that I know he's good, he knows I'm good, I know he's good, we good. So.
That's, okay. I see.
Yeah.
Shoot. What I was going to say? Oh, with the hair business. What the money at in the hair business? Because, like, me as a guy, I don't really know. I know some girls do braids, some girls do, what's it called?
Laces, fox lots.
Fox lots. Hey, them fox lots.
I would say the money is in weave. Like the weaving, like extensions.
So what's weave? Is a lace? That's weave.
Yes. So this is a wig. Tape-ins, like anything long extensions with hair, pretty much. I feel like the money is in there. Braiding, I feel like the money is in there too. But I just feel like with braiding, it takes you hours on the head for you to make like. Some people make great money. Don't get me wrong, but I don't want to be working on somebody's head for like 6-7 hours to only make like $300. When really I could make like $700-$900.
You say how much?
Yeah, in my pocket.
Hold on. How much?
Yeah, in my pocket.
So how long it take you to do a wig?
Oh, a wig probably like 45 minutes to an hour.
An hour you make?
Yeah.
We ain't gonna talk. Okay. So then with you ever thought, do you sell hair?
No, I actually was selling hair, but my vendor around when the pandemic first hit, my vendor was sky high with their prices, and in order for me to sell on wigs, I'm gonna have to charge sky high, and I'm still not giving y'all install for free. Like, I'm still not giving it discounted, so I'd rather just pull away from it and promote people that actually has really good wigs, because I'm still getting my money at the end of the day. Okay. So and then I can get back into it, but I don't want to go through the hassle of finding new vendors for cheaper pricing and stuff. It's just so much, and you waste so much money doing that. Okay. So I have really 2 good people who I always recommend that sells hair. Okay. So I would just recommend them.
And you sell those vendors, or you give them out?
No, I don't. No, they're actually my friends.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're friends. That one of the girls really like comes to me like every other week or every week. So I always tell people just go to her to get a wig, and that's where I get all my wigs from. Okay, that's dope.
Not just salon. Do you have employees who do hair as well, or is it just?
It's only me that works there. I have my mom on payroll.
Okay, dang, that's dope.
Yeah, it's been a year now since my mom's been working for me.
That's dope. That's dope.
I just wanted to do that, and it's so crazy because don't get me wrong, my mom is a great, like, she helps so much, but my mama don't do nothing. My mom watch movies, kick her feet up, she mom.
But like, that's the goal though. It's like,
but it's just like if I'm able, like if I'm in a position to put my mama on payroll, like why not? Like at the end of the day, because it's just like my mama sacrificed so much for us. Right. So it's just like I would give my mama the world if I had to. Right. So
do you feel like you're at a disadvantage though compared to like a salon who has employees who could get 7 however many heads in a day compared to how many you could do?
Do I have what do you mean by that?
Like, so you like your stuff, you can only do as many heads as you can do. So do you feel like you're at a disadvantage?
Oh no, because my first salon, because everybody will always be like, what? Okay, so how it works is whoever wants to work in the salon, when their clients come in, that's their money. It's just they're paying me booth rent every week.
Okay, you tried it? You did it before?
Oh yeah, my first salon. I had a salon full of girls, hated it. Too much drama. I don't want to know who's sleeping with who. Like, that's not my business. I don't care. I hated it. I started to feel uncomfortable in my place of business. They had to go. Okay. So I ended up bringing in another group of girls, and we were actually really, really tight. And one of the girls ended up branching out, doing her own thing, and now she has her own salon.
Oh, that's dope.
So now it's just me in the salon by myself, and just with my mama. That's it. And a lot of people always ask, like, do You want people working in here? No. Like, I can afford my rent by myself. Like, I don't need people to pay me every week to afford my rent. And I say that as humble as possible because it's too much drama. Like, I save myself less stress when it's like that. So.
Okay. And with the
and I don't have no room for them.
Now, when I say the word, now we're on the Major Purpose podcast. Now, when you hear the word purpose, what comes to your mind?
What comes to my mind when I hear the word purpose? Like, what am I doing to fulfill like my dreams?
What are you doing to fulfill your dreams?
I'm working towards them. I want to be like a big hairstylist, not necessarily like a celebrity hairstylist.
Paint the dream for me. Let me hear it.
Okay, so like my dream is to be in like a big mansion.
Big
like,
mansion,
yes,
okay.
Like big
hair
mansion.
all in the mansion.
Not necessarily hair all in the mansion. Like you know, taking vacations with my friends. I want to be able to put my whole family on payroll. Like I want to be able to give back to the community, which we just did a toy drive in December.
Talk about it.
And it was really, really good. So we did a Harris Life first annual toy drive. So we had bounce houses, games. We gave so many toys away. We did pictures with Santa. It was just so much going on. We had Dumb Boys barbecue pull up. People order food, all type of stuff. So it was just like my way of giving back. And I feel as though that's how I keep my blessings coming by giving back. And it's so much other stuff I do. And like I don't post it because I feel as though I feel like when you start posting certain stuff, like you doing it for people. Like, so a lot of stuff I do, like people don't even know, like I give away free hairstyles, like people that sit there for hours, like sometimes I don't even charge them, like I do this, I do that, I do so much stuff, but I would never sit there and say, oh y'all, look what I did, because at the end of the day, like I'm doing it from my heart, I'm not doing it for nobody else. So I feel like when I'm giving back, that's my way of like receiving my blessings. So that's what I want to do. Like I want to be able to give back, like I want to be able to travel, like, and I'm not saying like traveling to Atlanta or like back to New Jersey or Cali. Like I want to travel like to Dubai, Thailand, like with my friends. Like I want to be able to like buy my friends Chanel bags or Louis bags or take them out on a trip. And like I don't know, I just want to have my whole family on payroll. Like I want my big mansion with my nice car. Like that's my dream. Like that's what I want.
That's what's up. So then you feel like hair is gonna get you to that?
Oh yeah, most definitely. And it's my glue that's gonna get there.
Your
like,
glue?
Yeah, so I sell this waterproof lace glue.
Oh, okay.
So where I hold the wigs down, and it's really good. Like right now, I could probably say like it's probably in almost 20 hair stores. Dang. Like it's in all the beauty, all the beauty exchanges in Broward, and it's in all the beauty exchanges. I mean, all the Diamond Girls in Broward, Miami, and it's some. We have it in Ali. I forgot the name of that hair store, but it's something called Ali something. So it's our lace glues in so many places.
What's it called?
Hair's like waterproof adhesive.
Oh, okay.
So that's the name of the glue, and it's literally waterproof. Like you can go in the pool with it, like your wig won't come off, like it's staying.
So what inside of you makes you want to, instead of just being just a hairstylist, like you have products? Is that
because I want to make
common?
money in my sleep. So I want to be able to like wake up and in my Wigs website is like I have thousands of dollars. It's not there yet. I'm just speaking into existence.
Right. I'm listening.
So like I want to be able to like make money in my sleep, and eventually I want to get from behind the chair. So because I feel as though I can't do too much when I'm behind the chair because my hands are always like in somebody's head. Right. So that's why I started doing classes too, and classes like it helps me get from behind the chair, even though I'm still teaching the individuals. Like I'm still not behind the chair. So I don't know. I want to make money in my sleep, and I feel as though the way to make money in your sleep is to add products. And I feel as though if I'm using these products every day, why not start selling them? Like why not find vendors and start selling the products instead of going to the hair store? I could just sell them. Right.
Talk to me about, you said finding vendors. What's the process of creating your own product?
So I actually don't. Glue. Yeah. So I actually don't mix anything. No, I found a vendor overseas, and we just go put my brand on it and sell it. So that's what we do. But it's all about testing it out. Like this glue that I'm selling, this is probably like my 4th glue that I actually tested out. And what I was really looking for is I wanted to make sure it's really waterproof.
So glue isn't waterproof?
A lot of glue is
that's why girls can't get their hair wet?
Right, exactly. A lot of shit. Yeah, we went to Jamaica for her birthday, and when I say we was there for 4 days. We got in the water every day.
Oh, with your glue?
Yes, our wigs was still on when we came back. And we had to get them things off. But yeah, so that was my main thing, finding like a really, really good glue to sell. And it's like a lot of hairstylists and a lot of people always like try to purchase the glue, try to get the glue because it's really, really good. It has a strong hold. So I feel like that's what's gonna make me money, that glue.
But so you got any other products you thinking about starting up?
I actually have a few products. I have a shampoo. I have a few products. I just don't push them as much as because the glue is like really, really, really good. And then a few products that I do have, I don't push it that much because I don't like the branding of it. Like I don't like how it's wrapped or anything. I don't like how the bottle it comes in, because I have a shampoo and conditioner. I have a wax stick. I have a heat protectant. I have parting combs. I have a lace glue remover. I have. That's about it. That's it, right?
That's a lot of shit out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was coming out with scissors, razor combs, and tweezers, but I actually put that on the pause, like put that on standby. So, but right now I'm really, really focused on the glue. So I feel like I don't want to be all over the place. I want to get the glue to where it needs to be, then I'll start pushing another product, because I feel like when you all over the place, then you lose focus on the first product.
Yeah,
damn. You go the first vision. So I try not to be all over the place. I want to complete something, and then move on to the next. And I feel as though, yes, the glue is doing good, but I haven't completed where it needs to be.
Right.
So
where does this drive? I ain't gonna lie, you talking this shit. It's so crazy I love when a girl be talking that real, like, I want to do this, I want to do this, pushing a product. Like, where does that even come from? Like, where does that come from? You feel like?
Over time, just like, learning things along the way, like knowing what I want. Like, that's pretty much what it is. I don't know. I think it's my mindset. I told you I'm the chosen one. So
for sure.
So I don't know. That's just where it comes from. Like,
okay.
I just feel as though I have a strong mindset. Like,
but how do you get that though? Is that something that you feel like? Is it just some people have a strong mindset, or some people don't, or is it like you could?
I feel as though
switch that shit, like gear.
I don't know. I feel as though I'm a different type because I feed my brain. Like when I mean I feed my brain, like when I look at other individuals that's doing their thing, I get motivated by it. Like a lot of people look at stuff and they be like they get intimidated or something, and it's just like, no, I get motivated. I'm like, oh, if they can do it, I know I can do it too. Like, let me see what it is that they did to get to where they at, so maybe I can like not follow in their footsteps, but try to maneuver around to get to it or whatever. Like, get little tips and little peeks and stuff on how they got there, or like, just kind of feed my brain, like kind of branch off of them, and try to see like. Try to listen to their story or anything. I don't know.
For the most part, they be wanting to get again. Like right now, you talking on the Major Purpose podcast. Some girls watching you and like they listening to Hair by Steph, and it's gonna push them to walk in their purpose.
I hope it does motivate them because I used to do motivational videos like last year, but I need to get back into it.
Give me something. What would you say? All right, today, how you feeling today?
Today,
if you was to hop on it.
Today,
what you would have said?
Damn, see, that's why I had stopped, because I started running out of stuff to talk about. Like okay, I was like on one of my videos, I always talked about failing. Like a lot of people, like, like a lot of people would be like, oh, they were scared to fail and stuff. And I used to always be like, how would you know you're scared to fail if you never tried? Like, so it's just like, well, how would you know you would fail?
Talk to them, tell them what you.
No, like okay, so for the ones that feel as though they don't want to do anything because they're scared of failing, and it's crazy because. Earlier today, I just had a client in my chair. I kid y'all not. She was island. She was Haitian. So she was telling me, she was like, that's your mom up there? And I was like, yeah, that's my mom. She was like, does your mom support you? I was like, yeah. Like, my mom support me. She was like, my mom would never. And then I was like, are you Haitian? Yeah. And she was like, yeah. I was like, what, your mom wants you to be like a doctor or a nurse or something? She was like, yeah. And then I was like, but she was like, she wants to do her skincare line. And then that's when she was like, but she's starting to do it. She was like, her mom doesn't want her to do it because her mom doesn't want her to fail. And then that's when I said the same thing to her. I was like, well, how does your mom know you're going to fail if you never tried it? Right. And I was like, if you fail, you're supposed to use those as lessons. Like, you're supposed to get up and do it again, because if you get up and do it again, there's no way you're going to fail. Right. Because you know what you did wrong the first time. Right. So just do it again and go harder that time.
Walk me through a failure that Steph had to go through, other than getting kicked out this week.
A failure? Well, that's one of my major fails that I had to go through, because another reason why I got kicked out, because I didn't have my paperwork and stuff right.
Damn, talk about it.
Yeah, so I ain't have my paperwork. I ain't go through the city. I ain't do. I wasn't incorporated. I was incorporated. I was just on the Hair by Steph, but that's all I had was the LLC. Like, I didn't go through the city. Okay. I didn't have my salon license. I didn't have my cosmetologist license. I didn't have nothing. So along the way, it taught me. So when I get my storefront, it taught me everything I needed to do to get to where I'm at. So when I did get my storefront, I went to the city, and I took to my LLC. They was like, okay, like, you gotta get this, you gotta get that, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, where am I supposed to go? Right. But they looking at me like, you don't know this?
Yeah.
So I'm like, so they actually gave me a list of everything I needed, and then that's when I just went and read, like, on what I needed, and it's so crazy because I got everything I needed after going to the city like 4 or 5 times. I finally got everything. I got my license for I got my license for the city and stuff to work in their city. And then it's so crazy because along the way I helped a few of my friends open up salons too, because they didn't have their paperwork. Damn. So they needed to know like what it is that they needed to get. Right. So that was like one of my major feeling like in the hair industry, like I didn't have my shit together. But going forward, like when I went to the city of Margate, they like, oh, they need this, and I'm like, oh, here you go, I have it right here. So I already knew everything I needed to get because I failed one time because of the shit I didn't have. So now I'm on my P's and Q's. So there's nothing y'all can do or there's nothing y'all can say. Right. Like even when I had my old salon, somebody called the state on me because I didn't have my salon license. So somebody called the state on me. So the state ended up coming in. The state of the Board of Cosmetology. So when I say the state, is the difference between the city and the state. Okay. So the state ended up coming in. They like, oh, where your license? I'm like, I don't have it. So they like, well, you're not supposed to be doing hair. Like, I'm really supposed to find you and stuff. And from then on, I did what I had to do to get my license. And it's so crazy because I went to school for cosmetology 2012. I just took my state board twice and I failed 2 times. So I'm like, I ain't taking that shit again. Like that shit was hard. So I'm like, I ain't taking that shit again. So I had to end up going back to school to complete 40 hours to retake the test and stuff. Okay. And then I still ain't never take the test. But now in the state of Florida, you no longer need like a braider's license or hair wrapper license to do hair. Okay. That's like dope. So they approved it. So even when the city came, so when they end up coming back, I did have it at the time. But now as of like June, I think July, like 2 years ago or something, they don't need no more. So even when the city came, the state came to the salon this time, they was just like, okay, what you doing? Okay, that's it. All right, you're good. You passed. Right. So because I don't need nothing. So I'm on my P's and Q's now. So I feel like can't nobody tell me nothing. Like when it comes to the paperwork wise. That's real though. Like people don't understand. Like you gotta fail. Wait, you gotta fail though. You gotta fail forward. Like that's the only way it's gonna happen. And you know what I told the girl today? I was like, I actually like failing. I like failing. I love failing because it teaches me what I need to know when I fail. Right. And it's just going to make me go harder. That's it. It's going to make me go harder into whatever I want to do. Okay. So I love failing. Like at first, it used to make me sad, but now it motivates me to get up and be like, oh, I can do this. Let me do it again. Right. Like that's just like if you, like, let's say you're trying to play double dutch. You can't get inside the ropes. Like you gonna keep trying until you get in there. Right. Like that's me. I'm gonna keep trying to do whatever I want to do or do whatever like my mind tell me to do until I get to where I need to be. That's dope. That's dope. That's how that mindset is crazy. Like you said you feed yourself. What's some other ways you feed your mind? You feel like? I feed my mind like with, for instance, like learning how to do new things like in the industry. So I'm still watching YouTube videos. I actually just took another class with a girl that she does quick weaves. And to me, like, she is so dope, so young, and she does hair so nice. So to me, I'm always going to invest in myself and take classes. And it's crazy because she was like, Steph, you don't need this class. I'm like, no, I want to learn from you. Like, I like how you do hair, so I want to learn from you. So I always feel as though, like, you can't feel as though you're too big to, like, learn. Right. I feel as though, like, you have to constantly invest in yourself to get to where you need to be. For sure. So I always watch YouTube videos. Like, I'll take a class if I need to. Like, now I'm trying to get into makeup. Okay. So I'm trying to do makeup, too. So I just been practicing doing makeup and watching YouTube videos because I want something else underneath my belt. That's important. That's it. People don't understand, like, talk about, like, investing in yourself, like, taking courses and classes. People like, you don't need that, but, like, all successful people invest in themselves, like, exactly. I took a $100 podcast little course, but before I did this shit, I'm gonna keep it 100, like, but that shit real. And then on top of that, you want people to invest in you as well. Exactly. You're spreading that knowledge as well. I feel like if you put that out there, like, you understand the importance of, like, paying somebody for their knowledge. Exactly. It come right back to you. At all time. Like, I strongly believe that. Yeah, so it's just like, I don't care whatever it is. Like, I'm going to invest in myself. Okay. I don't care how big or how small it is. Like, I'm going to invest in myself if I like what you do. So that's dope. Being to where you at right now, like, you might not be where you want to be, like you said, the dream, but other people think that you're on this pedestal. What's some of the biggest struggles that you think you go through being at your level right now? I feel like some of my biggest struggles is I'm doing this shit on my own, and sometimes I wish I had somebody to help me. Like, and what I mean by that, like, ever since me and my ex separated, it's just like this shit, people think this shit is easy. They feel as though, oh, because you got a business, like, you got hundreds of thousands of dollars. But really, I feel like sometimes we the brokest ones. Yeah. Like, I have double bills, like, and I like nice shit. So it's just like I have I have to continue going hard pretty much to get, like, to keep, like, what I want or whatever, or to live this lifestyle that I'm living. So I could say that's one of my biggest struggles is like it's not even really a struggle, but I mean I don't know, I can't really explain it.
I feel I was having this conversation with my dog. I was saying, or my god brother, and I was saying like I'm at a point to where it's like, you feel me, you want to spend bread and have fun and stuff, but then you know the bread got to go back into the business or whatever it is you're doing, and that balance is like.
But I put myself on a budget all the time. Like, it's so crazy because like, let's say I make $850 today, like I'm gonna put 800 up and give myself those $50. Right. Let's say the next day I make like $680. I'm gonna put that 600 up and put that $80. Like, that's my $80. Like, that's how I kind of live. So I kind of learned the difference between budgeting and saving.
What's the difference?
The difference between saving is like putting money up, having it for a rainy day, like not touching it at all, like putting it towards something in your future. But the difference between budgeting is like, let's just say for instance, I'll give myself $200 a week, and even though like you go over that all the time, but she like to drink. But the difference between so saving, like putting it up, not touching it, like saving it for a rainy day. But budgeting is like giving yourself an amount that you can only use throughout the week. If it's going, it's going. So that's what I'm learning to do. Like just like now savings, like don't touch my savings. I don't care what it is. Like I need this money because at the end of the day, like I don't have no 401k. Like I can't like borrow money from anybody. Like people come to me to borrow money, so it's just like I have to put this up. Like I don't have paid time off.
Right,
like
exactly.
If I'm sick, like I'm taking a loss. So now it's just like my savings I don't touch, but my budgeting is just like, if I get myself, let's say, like I said, $200 a budget. If I go out that night, then I spend my $200. Like that's it. Like I'm hungry for the rest of the week. Yeah. Because like that's just what it is. So
I ain't gonna lie, I be swiping. I go over the budget. I be shit.
I ain't gonna lie, me too.
Put that bitch on the card. Figure that shit out.
You asked me for an example.
Yeah,
but yeah, see that. But that's where my credit cards play a big role in my life because
for real.
Because I just sometimes live off of my credit cards and not touch money at all. So and I'm trying to learn that. I'm trying to use these white people money. Like if they giving it to me, like why not like give it, like just let me use it and then I'll pay it back like in the future. Or what I learned to do is like you could pay credit cards with other credit cards.
I'm not at that.
Oh, listen, you can pay credit card bills with other credit cards. So that's what I'm learning to do now. So I don't have to use my money at all.
Right.
As long as I pay it back before the time, now I'm good. So.
For sure. So what's do you budget within the business or you?
Oh yeah, definitely budget within the business. My overhead is really, really high. So it's like I have to learn how to budget, and especially with my mom on payroll. Like I got my mom on payroll like $2,500, $3,000 a month. So it's like I have to budget, not including like my rent, over $2,000 a month. So it's just like my overhead is super high, so I have to budget. So I always tell myself like, okay, like let's say every week I'll be like, okay, let me put $600 aside out of this money for my rent. So every week, so by the time it's time for me to pay my rent, I don't gotta struggle to get it, or I don't gotta find it here, find it there, because I already have it up because I've been saving towards it. So I don't have to touch this money. Okay. So yeah, I definitely have a budget within the shop. Okay.
Within the business though, do you struggle with, like you said, reinvesting? Like, is it like
within the business? Honestly, no, I don't struggle with that because I'm at a place where as long as my bills is paid, I'm good. Okay. So it's just like. I can honestly say now, I don't struggle with that anymore. Like in the beginning, yeah, like when I first opened up my shop, yeah, it was hard. Like it was hard because I wanted to do so much stuff, knowing damn well I ain't had no money. Right. So, but now it's just like no, like as long as I gotta make sure this is paid, like I gotta make sure I get this money out the way and stuff. So
I feel you. So if you let's say all your bills paid, your mama paid, motherfucking rent paid, car note, all that is consistently paid. Let's say this upcoming Monday, what would you be doing at like 1 p.m. in the afternoon?
Oh, we gonna be in Tampa at Busch Gardens and drinking, right?
Okay, let's say for your what's it called? Not job. What's the word? For what? Like, what would you be doing?
Like, what would I be doing? Yeah. Like, on a day off and everything is paid?
Everything paid. It's a day on. Like, what would you be doing if you had all the money in the world? Like, what?
What would I be doing? In another country.
You think you be doing wigs though?
Would I be doing wigs?
Or something hair related?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Like this is my life. When I'm not doing hair, I'm bored. Like if I'm off too many days, like I'm like damn, I need to do hair. Like I'm bored. Okay. But like if everything is good and I got a little extra time to play with, I want to go on a vacation. Like I want to go somewhere. Like I want to hang out. I want to get drunk.
Okay,
like, that's me.
I hear you. Now with those upcoming hairstylists, like what's the fastest way you think you could grow?
The fastest way I can grow with
not you particularly, just somebody who's just starting as a hairstylist.
What I'll tell them is what I tell all my students: go to somebody's hair page in your area and go on their pictures and their likes and follow all of their followers, and they're gonna follow you back. Because if you're doing the same thing, they might like what they see, and that's how you grow. A lot of people ask me, how did I grow my clientele? How did I grow my following? That's exactly what I do, and I still do it. Like I go to other hairstylist page and I go follow all of their followers. And all of their followers come following me back. Dang. And then eventually they book, I'm sure. Because I get all these new clients out of nowhere.
That's dope.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like you're stealing clients. It's not illegal to follow people. So, but yeah, that's what I do, and that's what I tell them to do, and it works. Like truth be told, it works.
Now, and how you price your services? Like with the hair, like hair is a lot of money in hair. Whether you sell,
it does.
How do you price your services? Are you like how do you price it?
It's hard to say how I price it.
It had to go up compared to what you was doing.
Yeah, so it did go up when I came into the new salon. So for a wig install, I charge $175, and I just priced it off for like my time, pretty much. Like if it take me like an hour and a half to do, I can even say my time. I don't know. I just priced it off like my craft, like playing with it. Let me see if people gonna pay this, and they paying it, so I guess it was no problem. But I always like like to do something for them. If you pay this, you go get free curls with it. Like like give them something back too. Right. Because everybody like curls. You can't go wrong with free curls. Like if you pay $175, so that's how I price. So I kind of like put it out there, like, all right, I'm charging. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Now when like a few months ago when I tried to call myself like going up, so I put my wig installs at $200, right? Okay. So I ain't gonna lie, it went like 2 days when I opened my calendar and nobody booked. I'm like, well, maybe this is too high. I was like, let me go down. I was like, let me go down to 175. And then when I went down to 175, everybody started booking. I was like, all right, 200 too much right now. Let me wait.
You figure it out. What's the most expensive service you have?
A frontal install is $250.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's a sew-in though. So
whatever that was.
But it's like, it lasts longer, and it's crazy because I only put it to $250 because I hate doing sew-ins. So I'm like, $250 for the sew-in, they ain't gonna pay this. Right. Man, they be booking it. They be booking it like crazy. I'm like, damn, now I gotta do a sew-in. I hate doing sew-ins.
Why? What's the difference?
It's too long, and people is tender-headed, and I like grip that thing tight. And I don't like, and it ain't like so long. Like, I feel like I'm a perfectionist, so it's just like with sew-ins, I have to make sure everything is like nice and flat, and in order for it to be flat, I need to pull in it tight, and it's like, it hurts, so I have to constantly unravel this and that. So
okay,
I just don't like sew-ins.
Now for guys who be buying their girls' wigs, so how do you know you have a good wig?
Depending on the lace. Like I always like to go with a transparent light brown or HD lace. You probably won't know what that means, but those are like you get the best installs with that. And I actually tell people I work with everybody budget. Like, so it's like I know a lot of hairstylists, they'll turn people around if their wig isn't good. Me, I'm not like that because
why they do that though?
Because their install isn't going to come out looking the best of the best.
They don't want you running around.
Right, exactly. Okay. So me, I always try to tell my clients, I always be like, where you got this wig from? Or try not to get that wig no more. And when they come, I be like, it's not going to look like the stuff on my page. So I always try to keep that, and I ask them, I give them an ultimatum, like, do you want me to still do it or whatever? Just so they know, just so when they get out the chair, they're not looking like,
it might not.
Why I look like that? But honestly, like, I always feel as though if you're a great stylist, you could work with anything. Because half the time, I underestimate myself when I always tell them, like, it may not look like this, but it end up coming out looking really, really nice. So, but I also put that on my booking site when they book. I always tell them the outcome determines on the quality of your wig. So I try to be as honest and transparent as possible. So it's like, y'all know I did my job. Y'all still gotta pay me if you don't like it. So
how much? How much is gonna run you to get a good wig?
Excuse me. I pay like $400 or $500 for
a good wig.
Yeah, for a good wig, and then you can reuse it. Like this wig that I got, I think I paid her like $450, which is not bad because she has really, really good pricing, and her wigs are really, really good. Like this is probably like my 10th time wearing this wig, and I know people tired of seeing me wear it, but I like the color.
So how long the wigs be lasting?
Oh, it depends on how you take care of them. Like now, if you a chair hopper and you somebody
chair hopper, what?
Yes, that's somebody that goes to all these different hairstylists. So if you're a chair hopper, like if you're a client that goes to so many different people to get that one wig install, it's not gonna last you nothing but like 2, 3, 4 installs. But if you continue,
how much time in between installs?
I always tell them like 2 weeks. Like 2-3 weeks.
Dang, okay.
Yeah.
So you said
if you want to look nice.
2, 3, 4. How long does a good wig last?
It depends on the body chemistry. Like some people have oily skin, some people sweat. So some people wig can last a day, or no, not a day, so a week or two. Some people wig can last like 3 or 4 weeks. So it all depends on body chemistry, and it all depends on how you're tying it up, how you're taking care of it at the end of the day. So
what's the most expensive wig like that be out there?
Probably like a 40-inch. I know somebody.
How pricey do they get?
Probably like $1,500. I know somebody selling the 613 though. It's the color for like $1,500.
What's the most you spent on a wig?
The most I spend on a wig is I don't be spending a lot on my wig. Most I spend on a wig is $580.
Okay.
Yeah, $580, and that's not bad at all.
You said the wigs go to $1,500?
Yeah, I know this girl. She was selling the 613 wig. It was a 40-inch though for $1,500.
So was it worth it?
Shit, I don't know how the quality was, so I can't say. I ain't touched the hair. I just seen a video, but videos are deceiving.
Okay.
So I don't know.
So you can get finessed on the wig, like it.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I'm not gonna say the name, but it's a major hair company out there, and they wigs be bullshit. Like yes, they wigs be bullshit. Like, and I hate them, but. What can you do?
Okay, how many wigs be in rotation for like a regular female though?
Oh, we got a lot of wigs.
So how many wigs you got?
Oh, I got a lot of wigs.
If you could give me a number.
I probably got like 15, 20 wigs. Yeah.
At $500 each?
No. They're, because I used to. A lot of times I make my wigs too. So I have bundles and frontals.
Oh, you can make your own.
Yeah, I make my own wigs too. Okay. But no, because I used to get wigs from my vendor, and when I was getting them from my vendor, I was paying like. Sometimes $150, $200, $250 because I'm getting it for cheap. I'm just reselling it for more money. But because I don't sell hair no more, then I just buy them from different people. Oh, okay. But a lot of my wigs I have is like I can keep reusing them because I know how to keep up with them. Sometimes I'll just take off the lace on it and then just replace the lace with a new lace. But the hair it lasts like I have a wig right now. I had to probably the wig for like 3-4 years. I just keep changing the lace on it, but that's because the hair is still good. Okay. So that's one thing. When you invest in good hair, you're able to keep reusing it over and over and over again.
So what's the tip that you could give people that to take care of their wigs? Like what's the major tip?
Wash your hair, wash your wigs. Like treat it like it's your natural hair. Well, I can't even say that because a lot of people don't take care of their natural hair. Yeah. But I mean, you should just treat the weave like it's your natural hair. At the end of the day, make sure you're washing it. Make sure you're conditioning it. Okay. Make sure you're combing through it. Like even with curls, like a lot of people feel as though they don't have to comb through their curls. Comb through your curls. Like just treat it like it's your natural hair. That's all. Okay. That's all. If you take care of your wig, it's gonna take care of you at the end of the day. So.
Now with the makeup stuff, how did that come about?
I don't know. I like doing my own face. So one day I was just like, I want to learn how to do makeup, or I want to do makeup on other people. Like, because it's like when you take a picture of somebody and their hair is done, but if they makeup and lashes not done, it's like people not really gonna like the picture. Yeah. Like they want you to look like done up, like when they taking a picture. So I'm like, maybe if I start doing people makeup, then maybe like, you know, people will like it more and stuff like that. Because every time I realize, like every time I post myself, my hair done, my makeup done, like I get like thousands of likes and stuff. But then when I post like my clients and they just looking like how they look with no lashes and stuff, then the hairstyle could be flawless. Yeah. Like 100, 200 likes. So it's like, oh, what am I doing wrong? But then when I dress it up, like when you dress up a hairstyle, like they go bite. So it's like I want to add that to the service because I'm like I want to make my clients feel like superstars, like when they get out the chair. So I want to be kind of like a one-stop shop, like where they get their hair and makeup done.
So makeup about to be like?
No, I didn't. I was thinking of it's so crazy because I was thinking of two names. I said the red room or the red box.
Red room or the red box?
Yeah, because it's gonna come. What you think?
The red room or the red box? I'm going with the red. Why red? That sound like
I don't know. I think red is my favorite color, but I'm not sure.
The red room. Wait, this the makeup? This the makeup spot? The red room.
The red room. That's what you said, right?
She said room. Okay, she knows something.
Yeah, because I have everything that's I'm ordering everything from Amazon. Like everything, that whole room is gonna be like red. It's gonna be like a red out. Okay. So, and eventually, like I want to add products with that, like add lipsticks, like lip liners, all type of stuff. Because I have the vendors for it, so I'm gonna try to put it to use. But that's something like in the future, right? What I want to do. So, because the suite next to me. Like I have my salon built out in suites, so I have an empty room right there. So I'm just gonna make that into my makeup room. Okay, so that's
dope. Now with you growing with your business and stuff, like, did you ever find yourself having to like? You said you had a lot of supporters, a lot of people supported you. Did you ever find yourself having to kind of separate yourself from like friends and stuff to get to where you at?
Honestly, I never had to separate it. They always just drop like flies. Like, so I never had to do any separation. Like, they'll just like find a way to like be flawed. They'll find a way to like disconnect themselves with me, and I was always okay with that because I was never the friend. Like, I'm not a consistent friend. Like, if you need me, call on me. I'm there for you. But I'm not somebody that's gonna be on the phone with you every day. Like, I'm only on the phone with her, like all day, every day. But other than that, like my other friends, like, and they understand that if they like true friends, like they'll understand. Like, we don't gotta talk every day. But as I grew, it's just like people started falling like flies. People started falling like flies. And I could never understand why. Like, a lot of people will be like, oh, it's because of envious, it's because of jealousy. But sometimes I feel like it was more than that. Because at the end of the day, like, I feel like you can't really, I feel like I'm not somebody you could be jealous of, or I'm not somebody you could be envious of, because I put them on. Like, I'll help y'all grow. I'll get y'all to where I need to be. That's just the type of friend I am. Like, so I feel like it's not even that. I feel like it's more to it. So
they don't like the chosen ones sometimes.
Yeah, but I just feel as though it's kind of not fair, because it's like I'm trying to put you on. Like, I'm trying to show you the way to get to where I'm at. But that's just how it be.
Okay.
But I never had to like actually like, I don't want to be her friend anymore. It's an inside joke. I never was like, oh, I don't want to be her friend no more. I was never like I don't want to fuck with her no more. Like, I never was like that. Like I said, they always just drop. And guess what? I just kept it pushing. Like, never had to make any posters about nobody. Like, never had to like do any of that negativity stuff. Like, never had to do that.
Okay. Shoot, being a businesswoman, what you think is the biggest advantage? You think it's an advantage or a disadvantage being a woman in business?
Oh, I think it's an advantage, but sometimes I feel like men are intimidated.
Talk about it.
I don't know. I just feel like
men. You had some experiences?
Yeah, I feel like I had some recently. I feel like I had some experience. Don't post this. No, but talking period. Like, I just feel as though like men get intimidated by like a woman that's on their shit. Like a woman that got their own place, their own car, their own business, their own money. Cause y'all men know a lot of females, like, they depend on a man. Like, they always want their hand out. And they always be like, oh, can you do this? Can you do that? But I'm the type of person, I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna book us a flight. Like, let's go out of town, everything on me. So, like, they'll get intimidated by shit like that because they feel as though, oh, I don't want my woman making more than me, or I don't want to fuck with a bitch that make more than me. They ain't gonna little boy me, they ain't gonna little girl me, all type of shit. So, I feel like that intimidates them. Okay. So,
but do you feel like that? Like, let's say, your ideal situation, like does it matter if you making more or he making more? Like,
it doesn't matter at all, because I feel as though if we're one, my money is your money is my money. And I feel as though like...
Is it though?
Yeah, I feel like, yes, I feel like it is, depending on what level you're on. Like me and my marriage, yes, that's why I feel like it is. Like my money is your money is my money. Yeah, I feel like it's not about money at the end of the day. Like, because I feel like that shit come and go.
Yeah,
like,
that is facts, yeah.
So it's just like with my situation, like, he was with me when I ain't have no money. I was with him when he ain't had no money. So it's just like, it's with me, I don't know. It's never about money.
Right.
Like, now going forward, like when I find me a man, when I get me a man, like going forward, he gotta have more money than me.
You just said it over.
No, because I was talking about like my prior situation. Like with him, like no, I didn't care. Like, at the end of the day, like, I'll give him my last if I got.
But you're saying, okay then, but now you on a level to where...
Yeah, now, only because they're not him. So, and not saying I have more money than him, it's just like they're not him. So they didn't watch me grow. And I only feel as though because y'all ain't gonna come over here and try to use me. So I just feel as though you gotta show your hand first. Like, you gotta show me what you can do before anything.
That's right. What's the advantages of being a woman in business?
The advantage is you could talk your shit. Like, you can do what you want. Like, for real, like, you can do what you want. Like, can't nobody, like, little girl you. Like, I don't know. I feel like I feel like women, I feel like we could conquer the world. Like, we rule the world. Like, you know how a lot of people used to always feel like, oh, men is like up here. No, I feel like women, like, we matching y'all. Like, only because, like, I feel like women is winning now at the end of the day. So I feel like that's an advantage. And being that I'm a black woman, I feel like though it's an advantage for me, because it's just like anywhere I go, then it's just like,
you're right.
If I want it, I get it.
Yeah.
Well, kind of, sort of, because now I'm just focused on credit. Like, I'm trying to focus on credit. Like, that's my main thing now. It's like, I feel as though like I reached a certain amount of money where money really can't get you what you want if you don't got credit.
For sure.
So I remember I walked somewhere and I'm like, I want this. Oh, your credit ain't where it be, but I got the money. No, they don't care about that. They want to see credit. So that's what I'm really like been focusing on, and it's been working. So
I feel you. You know how you say women is winning, like
yeah, we winning.
But why is it gotta be like? I hate how it's been like. Only one of us could be winning, like.
But no. I'm not saying only one of us could be winning. We both. Listen. I want both of us to win. Right. I want that. But it's just like now, like they used to like. They used to like little girls. Like what I mean by little girl, they used to not put them down necessarily, but they used to like make it seem like, oh, you go stay at home, you go cook, clean. Right. I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna pay the bills. Da, da, da. I feel as though nowadays men can't even do that, like because we're on our shit. Like we want to like make something out of ourselves. Right. So it's just like y'all. That's what I mean when I say y'all can't little girl us no more. Right. So no, we definitely. I want like both of us to win. Right. Like I feel like that's what it's all about. I feel like if I give 100, you gotta give 100 at the end of the day. There ain't no 50-50. Like I don't believe in that shit. So I feel like it's 100. So
for sure. Now with the academy and men and women, like, do you teach men hair as well? Like, do you see a lot of men hairstylists?
Oh no, I don't see no men hairstylists. Really? That'd be dope though. No, I see them on social media, but I haven't taught one of them yet. Oh, okay. I haven't trained one of them.
You ever did a man's hair or anything like that?
Yeah, I did a trans hair years ago. His hair was big, but he was cool as hell. Like they be down to earth. Okay. But yeah, but I don't discriminate.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't discriminate.
What time? What's the time? What? Really? Oh damn. Shit. What else? You got anything you want to put out there? Anything on your heart recently?
No, I mean I'm just happy.
Best friend looking like tell it.
No, it's nothing to tell. I mean I just got a dog. And
okay, what we gonna do is hey, I just want to say I really appreciate you for coming through, Steph. Like I said, you on your purpose. Hair is clearly your purpose. For let's say girls who kind of out there who girls or boys, but mainly girls, let's say they kind of lost, don't really know their purpose and stuff. How do you think it is that you put yourself in a position to where you could align yourself with your purpose? I
always ask them what do they like to do in their spare time. Like I always ask them like what do they like to do that's fun. Like and whenever they tell me, I was like, okay, so you don't want to get into doing this, like you don't want to get into doing that, and they're like no. I'm like, what are one of your hobbies? Like yeah. And then that's when they were like, oh, well, maybe I can. So that's always usually my first question. Oh, what you like doing in your spare time? What's one of your hobbies? Right. And that's how they get into it. That's the crazy thing, because I always ask that question. Okay. Especially when I see somebody so talented with a strong mind and they just like working minimum wage and stuff. I'm like, you don't want to do nothing with your life? Like, for real, yeah. So, because I want everybody around me to succeed. Right. Like, I want all my friends to be business owners. Like,
but then do you think you're an entrepreneur? Like, do you think entrepreneurship's for everybody? Because we've been having this conversation too. Like,
no, I feel like it's not for everybody. That's what I be saying. Some people are like comfortable in life. Some people are comfortable, and it's not a bad thing. Right. It's not a bad thing, but some people are comfortable in life. Like, some people don't have that mindset. Like, I know somebody that she works a really, really good job, and she doesn't really want to get into her own business because like she's comfortable. She's like, I make this amount of money. Like I don't want the spotlight. I don't want this. I don't want that. She's comfortable, so you can't argue it where you're comfortable at. So some people go to school for careers, but they're still working for the white man, but they're comfortable there. So me, that's just not where I'm at. So for everybody have a different mindset. For sure. Now on the Major Perks Podcast, what we do is we like to make predictions. So I want you to look into the future. Let's say 5 years from now, and once this posted, we're gonna come back, click this episode, and we're gonna be like, damn, Steph said that. What is it that you see yourself, Hair by Steph, Hair is Life, where you see yourself in 5 years? Tell the people right now. In 5 years, I see myself in a very big house, with my husband and my child and my dog. What about the business? What the business gonna be? Oh, the business gonna be still standing strong. We're gonna be traveling state to state. Okay. And that's just what it is. Okay then. And I'm not gonna be behind the chair in 5 years. Not that much. I ain't gonna be behind the chair. Okay. At all. Okay then. Anything else you wanna leave them with? No, thank you guys for having me. All right, for sure. I thank you. Where they can find you at socials? All that? On IG, I just have my Instagram. It's at hairbysteph_. All right, hairbysteph_. You can find me at Design by Laurent. Y'all go check out Hair is Life Academy. It's Major Purpose. We out.